Tremendous, lethal, volatile, earth-shattering sports talk will commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is the Doug Stewart Show coming to you live. Yes, 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 yes. Real live. Thank you very much for joining your boy, man. I really do appreciate it. It's October 15th, 2014, and we up in chair. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much for joining your folks on this Word on the Street Wednesday, and a lot of great stuff to get into, a lot of great guests we're going to have on today's show, and have a lot of fun, and do what we do. Yes, and do what we do on the Doug Stewart Show. The number to the show is 404-382-0338, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. I say it all the time. The most interactive, the most fun, the most death-defying sports talk show in America. Yes, 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 yes. And we're doing it real big, man. I want to give a special shout out to Spreaker. Yes, which a lot of you are listening to the show on Spreaker.com. Yesterday, so I'm, perusing on Spreaker and just checking things out. And right there on the front page, on the home page, they've got the Doug Stewart Show as the staff's pick. Yes! First of all, I said to myself, what the hell is a staff pick? And then my producer had to explain it to me. And it's basically the staff. They got together and they says, man, who's a good show? Or what's a good show? What's a live show? And they says, well, I've been listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And it's kind of live. It's kind of fun. So today, we're going to make the Doug Stewart Show the staff's pick. So thank you very much, staff. Thank you very much, because y'all get it. Y'all get it. Yeah, we doing sports. We doing it in a fun way. We having a good time. And that's what we doing around here on the Doug Stewart Show. Having a great time. So thank you very much for Spreaker.com for acknowledging the show and the fact that we on fire. We are on fire. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So a lot of great things going on. As I mentioned, we're going to talk to Clarence Hill Jr. You know who Clarence Hill Jr. is? He's the beat writer for the Dallas Cowboys, for the Dallas-Fort Worth Star-Telegram. And if you've been paying attention to any news at all, you know that Dallas is in the news for a couple of different reasons. I'll talk about one in particular in a second. But they got players stealing stuff. Yeah, they're on a hot streak like never seen before, or at least not seen in the last 20 years. 5-1 on the year, so playing fantastic football. So there's a lot of Dallas Cowboys-centric stuff going on. So we're going to talk to my guy, Clarence Hill Jr., in about 15 minutes, as a matter of fact, to get his thoughts on what's going on with the Cowboys and all of the different questions going on. We're also going to talk to D. Orlando Ledbetter. That's right, beat writer for the Atlanta Falcons. Yes, and so if you live in Atlanta, you've probably seen some comments made by the owner, Arthur Blank, commenting about the team and the state of the team right now. And it's not good, and he's not happy. So we'll talk to D-Led about that. We'll talk about the team and how they're struggling. They've got a 3-game losing streak. And this is something new under this new regime over the last couple of years. And I'm talking about the GM, Thomas Dimitroff, and Mike Smith. A 3-game losing streak? No. Even last year when they struggled and they had all the injuries, I don't think we had a 3-game losing streak. So really struggling this year for the Atlanta Falcons. So we're going to talk to the guy that's in the know with the Falcons, D. Orlando Ledbetter, and get his thoughts on them. And speaking of which, talking about these teams, and you are listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and this segment is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel, one-day fantasy sports for as low as $1. You can't beat that. So go to the Doug Stewart Show homepage, website, and click on their banner link and check out FanDuel. So I'm perusing around, and one of the top stories today on thepuppetfactory.com is talking about the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning and being the quarterback of the New America's team. I was like, wait a minute, the New America's team? So yeah, the story goes on to talk about the fact that the Harris poll did a survey of 2,543 adults, 1,275 of whom said they follow professional football. The nationwide poll was taken from September 10th through 17th, and they've got the number one team or the favorite team of fans in America is the Denver Broncos. And I'm like, what? The Denver freaking Broncos? And how the hell could the Denver Broncos be the favorite of anything? Well, obviously what it talks about is the fandom and how they feel about Peyton Manning, obviously. Because, Denver is in Denver, and it's in, and they don't get a lot of conversation. They don't usually have that type of cachet. But, yeah, so the fans voted the Denver Broncos as America's favorite team. Now, the significance of this is they replaced the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, America's team, quote, unquote, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, who had finished top in the poll for the last 6 years. All right? And all this is based on adults, okay? So the New York Giants finished at number 2, and Green Bay finished at number 3, which is very strange to me as well. With that small fan base, but I guess, they have the legacy of the Green Bay Packers name, so I guess I kind of get that. The Cowboys came in at number 4, and the Pittsburgh Steelers came in at number 5. So that got me thinking. I wish I had a little light bulb symbol sound effect. Maybe I'll get one. But that got me thinking. For as long as I can remember, the Dallas Cowboys have been, quote, unquote, America's team. And I think the owner, Hank Schramm, came up with that, a gazillion years ago. Some type of media promotion type thing that some journalist came up with, I think, the way the story went. And Hank Schramm just took it and ran with it. And it worked. And it's pretty much resonated over the last, 30, 40 years. So I started thinking about America's team and that moniker, and now that the Denver Broncos are, quote, unquote, America's team. And it started me thinking about, who's your team? And why? What's your favorite? Not all of your teams. I don't want you to call up here and list all of your favorite teams. Just sit back and think about it for a second. Out of all the teams that you support or you say that you're a fan of, who's your favorite team and why? Yes, think about it. Why? And for a lot of people, it's obvious. They grew up in the state, and that was the pro team, and so that's their favorite team. Or for a particular college, their family are alumni of said college, and so they took the kids to games and tailgating on Saturdays in the fall, and so you kind of fell into falling for a particular team. I want to hear those stories. Is there a story or is there a reason on why you're a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, or why you're a fan of the Minnesota Vikings, or why you're a fan of the North Carolina Tar Heels, or the Miami Hurricanes, or the South Carolina Gamecocks, or the Georgia Bulldogs, or the Tennessee Volunteers? Is there a story on why you're a particular fan of a particular team? That's your Dougie Daily question today, and so I want to get your thoughts on that. And I always tell people, when you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I always tell people, if you grew up in the state of South Carolina during the era that I did, okay, and especially my age bracket, so I'm talking about my classmates when I'm in middle school and elementary school in the mid and late 70s, most of the little boys that grew up with me are Dallas Cowboy fans or Pittsburgh Steelers fans. And the reason is because, okay, we didn't have our own pro team. They didn't show the Atlanta Falcons on TV where I'm from. So on every weekend, they showed CBS NFC games, and it was usually Dallas or Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh wasn't shown on CBS because they were an AFC team, but they won championships. And so you saw them in the Super Bowl at the end of the year, and the Steelers is a cool name, and they got black uniforms, and the Cowboys is cool. They got a star on their helmet. And then add on top of that, the little kids in my neighborhood, the Little League football team was called the Monk's Corner Cowboys. Okay? So you're talking about twofold. They were the prominent winning teams in the 70s, and then on top of that, the dominant football team in Monk's Corner, South Carolina, in the mid and late 70s was named after the Cowboys. So a lot of my friends, they played for the Cowboys, so I'm going to be a Cowboy fan. So that's kind of like the little story. So it's very intriguing when you think about it, and you sit back and you think about it if you're my age and you look back and you're in your 40s and you look back and you talk about how long you followed a team, and people are diehard fans. People are diehard fans. How did you become a fan of your team? And a lot of these Dallas Cowboy fans are just over the top. And they've suffered really for the last 20 years. And I kind of make fun at them. And I didn't think they'd win 5 games this year or more than 5 games. But they've done that already. And they're going to win more games, it looks like. So, the Cowboy fans are one of the most rambunctious group of fans in America. And it's because they have a history of winning. And they have an owner that loves the spotlight. And he loves promoting. And he loves marketing. So it's very interesting when you think about those teams like the Cowboys and the Yankees and the Los Angeles Lakers, who that's my team. And I'll get into that conversation a little bit later on why I became a Lakers fan. But why did you fall in love with your team? Okay, that's your Dougie Daily question for the day. And you can hit me up at 404-382-0338. Very interested to hear some of these stories. I'll read your chat on Spreaker.com. And I'll also read your tweets. And my Twitter handle is The Doug Stewart Show, all right, on Twitter. So once again, we got a packed show for you, a ton of great guests. We had on Takeo Spikes yesterday. Thank you so much, Takeo, for coming on. And we got another big guest planned for tomorrow that Georgia Bulldog fans will love. They will absolutely love this guy that we should have on tomorrow. We're trying to confirm it right now, but a lot of great things going on around here, man. Have you told 10 people? Have you told 10 people about the livest, most interactive show in America? You should. Do it. Tell 10 people. I mean, the staff at Spreaker says we're their pick. Yes, yes. So if we're Spreaker staff pick, we should be your pick too. Yes, we are doing big things around here, having a great time, doing a lot of interviews with great guests and having fun, and that's what we do around here on the Doug Stewart Show. All right, when we get back from the break, we're going to continue this Dougie Daily question about who's your favorite team and why. And it's probably the simplest, most simple sports-related question in the world. Who's your team and why? So we'll do that. We'll talk to Clarence Hill Jr. from the Dallas-Fort Worth Star-Telegram and get his thoughts on everything going on with the Cowboys. And do the damn thing. Don't go away. It's the Doug Stewart Show. The Doug Stewart Show is off and running, but just like every company, we need sponsors. Would yours like to work with one of the livest, most dynamic, and recognized sports talk show personalities in America? By the way, that's me. Getting in on the ground floor? Well, call us at 770-847-0536 or email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com and let's do business. From the smallest company in Atlanta to the biggest brands nationally and worldwide, shawty. People know me and the Stews brand in these streets. Holla at your folk. Once again, the number is 770-847-0536 or email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Yes! I'm always saying get with the times. Stop acting like you at your mama house, calling that girl you met at summer camp 2 states away, and your mama screaming out, I know you better not be talking long distance on that phone, running up my bill with that old hussy. Well, get with the times with your long distance charges. Presenting Univon. Univon offers unlimited worldwide calling to 60 plus countries for $14.99 a month. No contract, no activation fee, and no cancellation fee. Users can call anytime using their mobile phone or home IP phone. So stop flushing money down the drain. Get more details by clicking Univon's link banner on thedugstewartshow.com or the link on the DougStewartShow.com app. Try out Univon and call your people like you not at your mama house. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right, billions with a B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobile optimized website, and much